Good morning, and welcome to day 11 of the writing vlog, a vlog in which I wake up as early as I physically can to write, type as much of a third book as I possibly can in an attempt to finish said third book before September. Now, I'm still deliberating on what happens if I haven't finished it by September. Do I just fall off of this routine, or do I continue this routine until the book is finished? My thought is probably continue this routine until the book is finished. Maybe if I don't have it finished by September, which is largely likely, given the pace that I'm working at, probably just going to give myself about a week off of this routine, because it is very taxing on my sleepiness. But we'll see. That's also a dangerous game to play, a slippery slope, because I'm like, 1 week. I'll give myself 1 week, and then lo and behold, 6 months later, I'm still not writing. Hence why this book isn't done yet. That's what happened the first time. I'm like, I'll give myself a little bit of a break-sies. And 2 days turned into 2 weeks, turned into 2 months, turned into 6 months. So here we are. That being said, let's go ahead and start. The beginning word count for this morning is 29,384. I want to crack 30,000 today. That's the plan. Let's crack into the 30,000 range, and then from there, we should be off to a pretty good start for the first stint of the writing vlog. Yeah, let's go ahead. Oh, the most important part. You guessed it. Coffee. Today I'm drinking from a little fun mug, a Velisca Axe Murder mug. Now, if you don't know, ooh, let me just spill my coffee. Oh, this is mornings are hard. Now, if you don't know what the Velisca Axe Murder House is, I would highly encourage you to look it up, because it is an interesting and horrific story. A true story, too. Okay. So I actually have an idea for today's vocab word. And the word for the day is pervasive. Pervasive is an adjective, especially of an unwelcome influence or physical effect, spreading widely throughout an area or a group of people. Ageism is pervasive and entrenched in our society. It is prevalent, penetrating. Now, I like to use pervasive as a word for ideas, especially unwelcome ideas and ideologies that are almost contagious in manner. It's a fun word to use. It's a fun word to describe something very catching. But yeah, there you go. There's the word for the day. Until the next one. Okay, that was a good little writing stint. We managed to make some decent progress in this chapter. Now, chapter 5, is turning out to be quite the beefy chapter. It is probably one of the longest chapters I've written in a long time, if not ever, and I'm still nowhere near to being finished with it. But that's why I work in sub-chapters, because it gives me a little bit more leniency. It gives me a little bit more leniency on how long I can make these. Yeah, because I'm maybe halfway done with the chapter, maybe, and it's over 5,000 words long. And just for reference, usually kind of the sweet spot for just a standard chapter in most books is around the 5K mark. That'll give you a decent page count per chapter. This is going to be probably double that for this one chapter. But that's going to be more and more the case with this book. Because I have how do I describe this? This series is beefy with lore and backstory and characters. And realistically, I should have put more of that in the first two books. But with the first book, just a little backstory on it, it was more just to prove to myself that I could finish it. So I stripped away a lot. Like a lot. I had all of this much came seeing on the screen, and in lore and backstory and concept, and I wrote this much for the final book. Now I took whatever was out here, right, all of that stripped away content, and I started adding it little by little into the second book. But because at the time, the Amazon's publishing services had a very strict page count. and by the time I was reaching a certain point in that book, I'm like, oh, I'm going to hit the page limit, and I'm not going to be able to publish this book without splitting it in half. So I once again started preening away things, stripping things away from the story, from the narrative, until I had something a little bit more constrained, a little bit more tight. And now I'm back with book 3, basically pulling the limits off because the page count for Amazon's publishing services are much more lenient than they were when I first started. So, yeah, I'm putting a lot of the stuff that I had to cut away into this book. Now, I might run into the same situation again, where this trilogy is going to be too beefy, and I'll have to strip away some stuff. But the way I kind of imagined or shaped Starlight's Eternity Saga is that it would be a saga, like an expansive thing. It's not just going to be a trilogy. Now, I will probably do a whole separate video on what this series is, what it's about, what it contains, and all of the lore behind it. But just to kind of give you a brief overview in this vlog, because my brain is there. It is going to be an expansive series with lots and lots of books. Hopefully lots and lots of books, and like mini series and like short stories. And like I want to go all out, all the wazoos. I have all of this stuff pictured in my head, but I want to do within it compartmentalized trilogies. So you'll get a trilogy of a character. So in this case, the main character for this trilogy is Sarah. You'll get a trilogy of that character, and then the next trilogy will be like a time skip of sorts, in a different part of the universe that focuses on a different issue with a different character, and then it'll be a trilogy of that character. And I want to work through the saga in that mindset of chunks of trilogies that all kind of contribute to a larger picture. And then interspersed, I want to do one-offs like single books and short stories and anthologies and stuff. So anyway, that all being said, that's why the chapters in book 3 are going to be ridiculously large. Hence why chapter 5 is absorbing my word count. I've been working on it, I think, for the last 3 or 4 vlogs. I don't remember which day I started on it, but I've been working on it for a few days. But yeah, that being said, I'm pretty happy with today's word count. The final word count is 30,506. So I did crack the 30,000 mark at last, and I think that puts me closer to 1,100 words, maybe closer to 12. I'm not sure on the math because I don't remember where I started, but I think I hit over 1,000. That's the important part, because the last few days in a row I haven't been able to hit that benchmark. But that being said, thank you so much for joining me today. If you've enjoyed this vlog, if you're enjoying the vlogs, consider subscribing, because then you won't miss any of them. And if you like this video, please hit the like button, because it'll tell the algorithm that I'm doing a good job. But other than that, I'll see you bright and early in the morning.